Thank you very much indeed, Chair. As has been pointed out quite correctly, transport is now the responsibility of the CPCA rather than the County Council. Nevertheless, the County Council plays an important part in the work which the CPCA does as far as transport is concerned. And of course, the Council is one of the constituent members of the CPCA. And within the CPCA, I'm sorry that what has happened has happened. I'm sorry that the local transport and connectivity plan was rejected, but it was inevitable given the weaknesses that there were within it. The first weakness within it was that it still contained, even if in disguised form, many elements of the narrative of the war on motorists, which has been levied particularly by the mayor and his supporters. The second thing which was wrong with the plan was that it was only partially funded, and then with the loss of the Cambridge congestion charge, it became totally unfunded. So we really were being asked to vote for a policy which didn't comply with what many people wanted, and was also unfunded, so it was rather a pointless plan in the first place. Now, I'm sorry that there has been some party politics being brought into this, especially by Councillor Mills and Councillor Schuyler, but it might be worthwhile just pointing out one or two things. Councillor Mills, talking about last May's elections, didn't bother pointing out that actually in Cambridgeshire, we bucked the trend as far as the local elections were concerned. We in Fenland had an increase in the Conservative majority from 13 seats to 27 seats on the council. And look what happened in East Cambridgeshire, where we were told so confidently that the Liberal Democrats were going to take control, and they didn't. And what has that been put down to? It's been put down primarily to local people's concerns about what is being attempted to be forced on them as far as transport is concerned. Now, what this motion actually says, and look at what it asks for. It asks for the voting members of the combined authority, and that includes Councillor Netzinger and myself, together with the various chief executives, to get together and to agree about how we can move forwards. Agreement can only happen with some degree of compromise, and I, for one, can say I'm more than willing to compromise, as is my council. And in Fenland District Council, we did pass a motion at our full council meeting saying that we wanted to rescue the good parts, and there were many good parts, of the local transport and connectivity plan, but we needed to eliminate those parts which were unnecessary, unhelpful, or unworkable. And as far as that is concerned, given that we don't have any money to implement the plan, one of the things which would be sensible is prioritisation. And that is prioritising those things which are within the plan so that we actually manage to give a degree of support where necessary, in whatever way may be necessary, to transport solutions, recognising the fact that we have a very diverse county. And what is appropriate in one place isn't necessarily appropriate in another place. One size fits all doesn't work. Yet that plan was a one size fits all plan. Prioritisation, recognising the lack of finances to be able to put the plan forward, can actually assist in assuring ourselves that we don't have one size fits all, and that we do look at those areas where certain schemes may be necessary, and we work together as a whole, as a combined authority, across party political divide. We can work together to implement that whilst not forcing it in areas where it's either not wanted, not needed, or can't be afforded. There is room for compromise here. There is room for agreement here. And that is what this motion is asking for. It's asking for the chief executive to convene a meeting where it's going to be possible for the mayor and the elected representatives of the board and the chief executives to work out how we move forwards in a positive way. I give my commitment personally, as one of the members of that, I give my commitment to making that work. And I hope that this council will agree that it's an appropriate means of moving forwards. I have to say, we shouldn't be asking our chief executive to do this. This should really be being done by the mayor. Ultimately, it's the combined authority and the mayor who have responsibility for transport. And I have to tell you that as an elected member of the combined authority, since the LTCP was rejected, the mayor hasn't made a single move towards me in order to try to work out how we can move forwards by means of cooperation. So I'm willing to be cooperative, others are willing to be cooperative, we'll all need to compromise, but we do need to do so by talking to each other. And what we're asking here is for our chief executive to start that process of talking. I'll be receptive to that. I hope that this council will be receptive to that idea as well. Thank you, Chair.